Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Eau de Treasure. This is another episode with Steven. I have two fragrances I'm going to talk about. I just got these. I got this one a couple days ago. I just got this one last night. Two classic fragrances that I often talk about on my channel. We have an original first year beautiful bottle of Abercrombie Fitch Fierce. And I have another nice Gucci Envy right here in the box. Actually, I haven't opened this up, so I hope the retail box is in here. And I'm going to cover these two. I could make a standalone video for this one or this one. I talk about them a lot. I'll try to cram it into one video. And guys, if you just want to watch one of these fragrances, then just skip ahead. Like, I'm going to cover this one first, the first half of the video. Second half of the video, I'm going to talk about this Gucci Envy. I'm going to compare this Fierce with the other vintage bottle I have and see if it still smells good. Of course, I have a bottle of Envy on hand that I'm going to compare this new one I just got to. So stick around for that. This one up first. Actually, I already cut this one open just to make sure that it was in there and kosher, because it came a couple days ago, so I have to tell the seller that I got it. Everything looked good. In the pictures on the description, the bottle looked really clean, and here it is. Here it is in all its beauty. This is a first year Abercrombie Fitch Fierce. It has the red Fierce label on it. It has the classic bodybuilder picture, the bodybuilder design, but this one's a little bit different than the other years. I think this was just the first year or second year. After that, the bottle looked like this. The design looked like this. I'll put it on the screen with the other bodybuilder picture. And it has the brushed aluminum, the metal cap here. The sprayer looks like that. All right, let's take a look at the bottom. You can see the sticker on there. It's a 50 ml. This was the large bottle back then. Looks like the batch code is 067S61M or S51M. Not sure. It doesn't matter. You can't really look up the batch codes. I haven't found a batch code list or explanation of the batch codes on any of the websites. If you can read these batch codes and decipher what year that they were produced, let me know in the comments. Very interested in that. All right, so let's see how the scent compares to the other one that I have. First, let's see how full it is. Yeah, we have basically a full bottle. This might be like 49 ml left in this bottle. Somebody bought it. They bought it on vacation. It doesn't have a Japanese sticker on it. Maybe they went to Hawaii or so forth. Sprayed it once, twice, put it in a closet or put it in a drawer, and never sprayed it again. And I picked this up. So this is the one that I got before. This one is in a previous video on my channel. If you want to see me really spend some time talking about this one, you can go back to the channel and look at that video. But let's just use this to compare, because I know that this one smells fantastic. This one smells exactly like it should smell, and it's got the same style cap. Everything is smaller. This is just this weird 14 ml bottle. Let's look at the juice color. Let's compare that. Let's put it up against a white background and see what the juice looks like. The color's about the same. It's slightly lighter in the smaller one, but not much. I like to spray these on skin rather than using a paper strip. So I'm going to spray this one on my left hand here, the new one I just got. We'll do 2 sprays. I can smell it already. And then I'll do this one on my arm. I want to separate, you don't want them close to each other. I did 2 sprays on this part of my arm here. And this one, sadly, every time I spray it, the bubble just keeps on getting bigger and bigger, but that's okay. This is a Fierce I'm always going to have around to test and to wear it out when I feel like it. Right off the bat, I can tell that this one, it just isn't there. I mean, this one is fantastic. It's clean, it's fresh. This is Fierce in all of its glory. This one, it just didn't hold up as well. It's just not as fresh. Still smells like Fierce. It still has that strong Fierce scent, but it's a little bit off. It's just a little bit stale, and I can tell. Now, you can still wear it. but it's just not the same. So it's a beautiful looking bottle. Unfortunately, it hasn't held up, just to be totally honest with you guys. That's the thing with these fragrances. It's just like whenever I find a vintage Fierce, it seems like a 50-50 chance. That's it. 50% chance that the juice is still fresh or still smells good in it. Compared to other vintage fragrances that I buy, for example, I did a video recently with Dior Fahrenheit. And Dior Fahrenheit, no matter how old it is, it still smells pretty true to what it always smells like. Even if it hasn't been stored well, maybe the performance isn't as good as it once was, but it still smells pretty good. Armani Eau pour Homme, another one that still always smells pretty good when I smell it. But Fierce, it feels like maybe it's even 60% that it's not the same anymore. And just like a 40%, maybe even 33% chance, 1 out of 3%, that it's still fresh and good. So this fragrance is just very fragile over time. It just doesn't really hold up. And in my opinion, the clones, it's not like this was originally. When I put this hand to hand to the clones, it's not even close. It's similar, but it's not even close to how strong and how good this one is. I'm still looking for a 1-to-1 clone of this. The one that I have that I like the most is Mercedes-Benz Man Intense with the gloss black bottle. That one, the performance is pretty good, and it reminds me of this scent. I don't have the Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum. I think I've smelled it in a store. It's pretty good, but it's just not the same as this one. All right, let's get to this one in here. You guys know very well about Gucci Envy. Nobody talks about these fragrances anymore on the YouTube channels because they're basically discontinued and sold out and you can't get them anymore. Especially, this one's still out, but it's like getting Fierce flavored water. I mean, it's Fierce scented water. It's not the same as what it once was. The regulations that started with the fragrance industry after 2011 just neutered and destroyed a lot of fragrances that we once loved. Maybe we still love them. Let's take a look at what's in here. I hope the original retail packaging is in here. Good. All right. So I want to show you guys a nice Gucci Envy. And by the way, that was very easy to open. I didn't have to edit out me 5 minutes unpacking this thing. So this is what the original Gucci Envy looked like. It's just 2 black foam, hard foam pieces with this plastic sleeve covering it up and the bottle inside. What's cool about this packaging is that you can see the bottle from the outside and you can kind of see the condition or the color of the juice from the outside. And if it was positioned correctly, sometimes it is, you can see the batch code on the sticker from the outside. So as always, I'm wondering, is this real? Is this fake? And it has this, this paper, a barcode on it. It doesn't have a Japanese sticker on it, which gives me some pause. Maybe there's one on the inside. So let's look at the back. It says Gucci Scanin SA 10 Rue. So when you see the 10 Rue, that tells you that this is either the original 1998 Gucci Envy for men, or it was, I think it was reissued, a little bit reformulated back in 2000 or 2001. But after 2003, I believe this sleeve was silver, and it says a 33 Rue. I think that's what the number changed to. It doesn't say 10 Rue anymore. And what I like about this one is very clean. If you look, even this plastic sleeve, usually this plastic sleeve, it decays over time. It turns yellow and it cracks if it's not stored in optimal conditions. But this has been stored very well. And that's what I noticed when I looked at the picture on the listing. And I got a good price for it. I'll tell you in a second what I paid for this one and for the Fierce. So let's open this one up carefully. Take a look at this. There's no Japanese slip of paper, information paper in here. There's no Japanese sticker on it either. And how's the cap look? Usually the cap is all scratched up with a used Gucci Envy. This one's really clean. Look at that. Wow, this was really a good buy. And let's look at the print on the front. If we can focus here. Very clean. This also easily gets rubbed off from thumbs or fingers or the juice getting on it, but this one is quite clean. Let's look at the bottom, the batch code. 302N7 with the scan and sticker. This is probably a 2000 or 2001. I don't think it's a 98 because if we look at the juice color, actually maybe it is. The juice was originally a yellowish green. And I'm not quite sure if this is a yellowish green or not, but this is definitely a pre-2003 or 2004 because it comes in the dark. It has the clear slip, and it has this kind of a scan and sticker. The later ones have a sticker that has the lowercase e, the estimated sign on it. Those came out after 2003 or 2004. So this is either the first or the second release of Gucci Envy. All right, let's look at the bubble. Bubble looks kind of small from here. Let's take this top off and see what it looks like. Wow, look at that. It's a small bubble. I mean, this looks like it's, I would say 5 sprays, 10 sprays max from this one. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at that. On the new one, the bubble is just like, it's perfectly round around this neck piece here. So let's give this one a spray. Let's use my right hand and give it a spray. This is kind of a spicy, woody fragrance. I love this one because it has incense. It has, or at least I can smell, incense and ginger. So it's just this bright, spicy, woody fragrance, as I said. And it's just another one that's a shame that it's discontinued. It makes you wonder why it's discontinued because at the time, you can't say that sales were low on this, right? There are so many of these available on the used market here in Japan. There's like 2 or 3 of these a day come for sale in various condition. And when one is so clean like this, I make a push for it. Now, I have a couple other ones right here, a couple other Gucci Envies that I have picked up in the past couple months. I haven't packed these up yet. These are still out on my shelf. You can see how this one's a little bit scratched up, but they're pretty clean. I don't buy like dirty ones that are only half full anymore for like, let's just say 10 or 15 bucks. I don't even bother with that. I'm spending anywhere from 30 to 60 bucks to get nice, clean Gucci Envies. As you guys know, or for some of you guys that don't know, I collect these. This is my hobby, is just collecting these because they're in such demand all over the world, and they're basically falling from trees here in Japan. Let me show you something cool. So you can see the batch code on this one. Look at the batch code on this one. This is just showing you an example of how the batch code styles are different on Gucci Envy. And there's actually another batch code style that just has 4 digits. I think that one came out later, the later releases of Gucci Envy. This one starts with an E, and it has 2, 4, 6 digits. This one has 5 digits, and it's very similar to this new one I just picked up. So these two probably came out around the same time. Stickers are located on the same place. They both start with a 30, although this one has an N, 2N7. This one has a 408. I'm still not 1000% sure if this one is authentic or not. I mean, if it's a fake, it's a really good one. I don't think it is. Let's hope it's not. All right, so let's spray. I'll spray this one that I got before on this part of my arm. And then I'm going to tell you how these two compare. All right, I've been smelling this for a couple minutes. It smells fantastic. So this was another really awesome deal. This hasn't changed at all over time. The juice is still clear. And even in these two that I got, I can see a tiny bit of flakes, a tiny bit of sediment floating around. And to be honest, That's completely common with all of these, almost all of these old envies. I would say I've bought like, I don't know, maybe 3 dozen of these over the past 5 or 6 years. I know that's crazy. I would say 50% of them, about half of them, have some kind of floaties in them, either a lot or not a lot. And I've seen these sealed. I've bought a couple sealed ones too. And I've seen floaties in sealed ones before too. So that's just the profile. That's just what this fragrance does over time, unfortunately. I'd never see any floaties in this one, for example. This one just changes color. This one doesn't change color as much. It tends to get darker as it gets older, but it smells great. All right, what did I pay for these before I end the video, before I close it out? For the Fierce, luckily enough, this one popped up and I saw it within like 10 minutes, something like that. And there's a new feature. I shop on Mercari, Japan, and there's a new feature in the in the old version. You had to put a comment on the page and you had to say, is there any way I can get a discount? Can I buy this for, name your price, right? Now you can just click a button and you can put in your kind of requested price. The seller gets a notification that somebody's interested in buying it for this price. You have to pay attention because if the seller comes back and drops the price, anybody can buy it. And as you can imagine, that's really annoying. You have to sit there, refresh your phone. I don't do that anymore. I just check like once every 5 minutes. But if I don't hear back from the seller after an hour, I don't worry about it. If I come back the next day and the seller dropped the price and it's sold, I don't cry about it. I used to get really upset, but I don't anymore. That's what I did with this one. This one was there. So I'm going to put in a lower price and see what happens. I put in 4,000 yen. I refreshed the page a minute later and it said 4,000 yen. And I clicked that button to buy so fast. I got this for 4,000 yen, which is about $27, $28. Now, it's not in perfect shape, but I'm going to spend $27, $28 any day of the week when I see this thing pop up and take my chances with it. Glad I have that. This one came up for 6,000 yen. 6,000 yen is like 40, something like that, $40, $45. Now that's a good price. And this was listed like 5 minutes. I saw this. I saw the box. Everything looked clean. 6,000 yen. I asked for 5 and it went to 5 and I jumped on it. $35 for this beauty. So that's it. 27, 35 bucks. Adding these to my collection. Did you like the video, guys? Let me know with a thumbs up. Please hit the like button if you did, if you like this one. If you want to see more of this vintage, discontinued, rare, interesting fragrance discovery, this collecting hobby that I have, hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate that, guys. And leave me a comment down below. What do you think of these fragrances in general? What do you think of these ones that I picked up? Love to hear from you guys. Hope you're having a great day out there, guys. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care.